Good evening, my fellow Ambazonians. I don't come today again for can salute now for this day when a Tuesday, number 20 day for the month of July for 2021. Good evening for all now, for all our people them for ground zero, mommy and papa them, uncle and auntie them, brothers and sisters, our neighbor them, our picking them. Good evening. For all our people who they did for that side, for Hong Kong, for China, for Singapore, for Malaysia, even for for Australia, the one they did for Japan, the one they did for India, even for Pakistan and for Bangladesh. At the way we salute for that side too. Even the one they did for Malaysia and for Singapore, also we salute for that side. While people who did for that side for Persian Gulf, for the Middle East, all our hustlers them, accord una cafe, una place day. All our people them for Europe. Good evening for all now. For our people them for this side for North America. Now afternoon, now almost 3 o'clock for Toronto and for Washington time, for Washington DC area here at 3 o'clock for afternoon. Good afternoon for una. For most of una there for workplace. For other places than for Canada, now still morning time. So good morning for una for that side. I be una brother Asu, una the press secretary for the Executive Office of Governing Council of Ambazonia. My people, Tori for today, plenty. The wahala for Pobia, continue. I go to bring una news for for Palava for Intercontinental Hotel. The Palava now we don't reach now between Professor Patrice Nganang and Pobia and the Intercontinental Hotel. The matter, it don't take a different level. I go to give una update of the matter for what did happen for inside Intercontinental Hotel for Switzerland. I go also to bring una a breaking news. We just come out for that side for Ambazonia, for inside the Ambazonian territory, for what it don't happen for Bamenda today, for a certain decree where they don't pass them for Bamenda. I go to bring her up. I go to give una that update. Make we start first with the news for today. The Ambazonian Defense Forces, the special forces of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, as all Ambazonian people they don't know, all man don't hear, over the last 3 weeks, over the last 2 weeks, they don't give instructions for small thief people them, where they carry gun, for go launch attack. They don't make audios, they make videos, for give them instructions, for attack the ADF and disrupt Guzan, for disrupt the market, disrupt the population, and for cause chaos and insecurity or destabilization for Guzan. These things don't go on, especially over the last 3 weeks. Over the weekend, those thief people them, where they send them, pay them small money, for can launch attack for ADF. As they can launch attack for ADF, the ADF respond badly. They take out the top commander and they take out other 2 forces. Today again, they don't appoint a new commander and they send about 11 of those boys them again for can attack the Ambazonian Defense Forces base for Guzan. So today, as we already put out the warning from outside, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, they respond with power. They wipe out most of those boys them, those criminals and thief people them, where they call themselves for Igbo language, they call them armed bandits. They take out most of them. The new commander, where Irene Gwa, appointee, in name na Harrison, he be severely wounded. As we already tell the Ambazonian people them, the nonsense with the ADF, it don't take them for the purpose of peace and peaceful coexistence. And as a result, the ADF don't pay a lot of price. And so people don't take advantage. Say ADF, their peaceful approach for embrace all other forces and say may they work together. If you know if you work together, you stay on their lane. They take ADF, their peaceful approach, like saying a sign of weakness. And as a result, it make them for December 2020, the ADF They lost 39 fighters. With these criminals, they killed them for boy. That painful lesson where ADF they learn, it don't make them, they take a different stand for protect the integrity of our liberation, for protect the stability for ground zero and our communities. The ADF don't get a new policy. Any attack on the ADF, any forces will be instrumentalized, they be instigated, and they bribe them for become small petite criminals because they are masters for Maryland. They embezzle the money where they're supposed to buy them weapons. And they think the ADF na their farm for can't do their harvest. The game don't change. The stand don't change. For the dignity of the Ambazonian people, for maintain the security of our people them, and for maintain the stability of our communities. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, it go repel any internal threats on the Ambazonian population or on our forces. Also, the one also be mean say any other defense group on the ground where these criminals they send their thief people them, their petite armed bandits for attack any other force on the ground. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, as the vanguard of Ambazonian liberation, it go respond for protect the integrity of Ambazonian liberation and for protect the aspiration of the Ambazonian people them. We hope see what it don't happen today for Guzang. It go be a lesson for any other criminal where they pay you small money for you for go risk your life. If you not fit fight like the Republic du Cameroon, go find your place. She don't you for some calm. Smoke your cigar and do what you do. If you don't lose sense and you want die early, go try for attack the Ambazonian Defense Forces. Today, when they say since Saturday, because now then declare war for ADF, when they say since Saturday, they never carry any die body for this soldier, they don't die. When they don't waste them. When they say they never do what they used to do before. When small thing go happen, they go carry person the die body, they sing more, they cry, they shout. When they see how all the non quiet. When I see how all them, the criminals from Maryland don't quiet. When I see how the same Christian don't quiet. Why need to take that boy their die body where they send them they go die? Why they need to carry him, put him again for Facebook and for social media, make noise? Soldiers, when I wise up. If you be a fighter for ground, wise up. From day one, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, it on the appeal and push and make a policy for make all forces they fight together, work together, collaborate together for end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia as quickly as possible, liberate the land and give our people them a better life. The criminals, when are infiltrators, will they be sponsored by Cameroon CPDM elites for create chaos within Ambazonian liberation, cause infighting, so that our people, they go give up, our people, they will feel frustrated. But the Ambazonian people, they don't get enough education, enough understanding, and they know the game. All right? So we hope, say, other forces them, where they will still prepare for use them, for become small, petite, and bandits, for can't do harvest, for can't disrupt Guzang. We must stabilize Guzang. It be very critical for our liberation. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, it be focus for the stabilization plan. It be focus for make sure, say, we take over liberated territories and turn them under Ambazonian control. All these small criminals where they just run around one action here, one action there, without any plan, any roadmap, without any strategy, any structure. Just for actions, for agitations. The ADF, again, a liberation plan. The territories would already conquer them, would already take La Republic out, will go stabilize those territories and consolidate those territories for put Ambazonian authority and institutions for those places. Now they work this. We must deliver something special to the Ambazonian people then by October 1. We must deliver a free state to the Ambazonian people by October 1. Actions of agitation, will deliver you a free state. Now it's strategy and big power, big force. Now it will deliver you a state. Liberate the state, deliver you a state, and then the fit defend that state. Not be like these small actions. So therefore, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, no go live and for whatever reason, for misguided people them, we not only for cause chaos and distract we from our mission as the vanguards of the Ambazonian aspiration and the liberation. The ADF, no go take any nonsense for misguided criminals. And the first one that. News on come out for inside the state of Mezam. The Colonial SDO for Mezam. 90s. The Colonial SDO for Mezam. He don't sign order. He signed order this afternoon. Talk say he don't ban the movements of motorbikes for Bali for a period of 3 months. This one, now the message this way, the Colonial SDO for Mezam. He don't sign an order for say the ban all motorbikes, all Ben seeking people them. They not fit go inside Bali and they not fit come outside. Even the people them for Bali, they not fit take motorbike, work out within their own communities. And the craziness this. I want to make this one be very clear to the colonial authorities. They don't get any control from Ambazonia. They don't get any power. They don't get any authority. They don't get any legitimacy for issue anything will be valid and we will be taken serious. Cameroon don't lost legitimacy for Ambazonia. And the Ambazonian people, they be in charge. And the Ambazonian people, they no go obey any order from a foreign occupier. So this executive order with the Colonial SDO for Mezam is signed on. It be null and void. It did like paper. We go take them. We tear them. It be absolutely useless. The Ambazonian people, they need to take order from Cameroon colonial government. May they make their nonsense for Cameroon, not be for Ambazonia. To the population of Bali, and for all our best seeking boys and girls, where they make their living. Now for Ben Sekin, we not disregard this piece of shit. We not go about una business for make una money, for make una business, for take care of una families, for provide for una families. The Ambazonian territory now una own. Una need to drive una motorbike na for go for la République du Cameroon. Una di drive na inside una own territory. If it vex them, may they go sign executive order for ban motorbike circulation for Douala. For ban motorbike circulation for Bafoussam. For ban motorbike circulation for Yaoundé. No be for Ambazonia. Ambazonian and the Ambazonian people, they get them. So you know if you sign a ban for a country will not be your own. For a country where no man will vote you. For a country where no man will give you the legitimacy for lead them. Now a piece of shit. We call on all the people there for Bali for reject this piece of paper and all our motorbikes them. Una go about una day. If anything it happen for any one motorbike, all the entire motorbike people them for Mezam, una must collectively stage a protest and close everything for Mezam. If they touch one bike man, the entire population of Mezam must rise up collectively for put their foot for ground and show these people them who control Ambazonia. All right. Now we go for Mali. Una know say Mali don't be in a trouble spot for a very long time. Una know say Mali don't be in a trouble spot for a very long time. Now in that for Mali again today. So for Mali. Una sabi say na just 2 months ago, the army for Mali take over power. It use a coup d'etat. The army go seize power. They say want to change the country and build a better country. Just 2 months ago. Now today, other part of the army, they don't woke up. They say the one can take power from the army will take power. Wahala day. So, now in that today, they go launch a coup d'etat, as they call them, for overthrown the army with they in power. Now where the military, the chief of military, the military leader, Colonel Assimi Goita, they try for kill it today. It dodged the bullets. So he survived. Therefore don't take it down. And then another part of the army, therefore can't be now that the new army will take over power for Mali. So wahala day for Mali, not easy for Mali. So he survived. Now he also continue for lead the transition period for Mali. It also will lead the transition period until they set up the country may be stable enough for conduct peaceful election. When then they go create a new constitution for the Mali people then. All right. Now wait till that don't happen for Mali. Now I know say una the wait, but I know say una don't hear what happen for la République du Cameroon. Paul Biya don't take the country. He turn them into a place where na police and army they get power. If you be a parliamentarian, you be useless. But if you carry gun, now you get power for that country. You be a lawyer, you be useless. But if you be small sangalong for B, now you get power for the country. You be a medical doctor, you be useless. But if you be person, a small police officer will just recruit you. As long as you carry gun, now you get power for the country. Now in that, wahala don't come out between a member of parliament, of the colonial parliament. Now in that, don't come out Bafoussam. He want go for Fumba. Now in that, he want go for Fumba. So for that side for La République. Now where police they stop you for road. And a member of parliament for the for the party where they call and say PCRN, when Cabral Libril, a party. Now in that, police, they go stop you for road. They move Madam Honorable Member of Parliament. They want slappy. It not be easy. When I watch the video. Now for inside La République du Cameroun that. Now for the Western province, for La République. Now a whole member of parliament that. For the colonial state. A small police officer. He move madam inside the motor. He talk speedy come out for madam parliament. He face. And he point a finger. So they reach now almost for do boxing. Now the state that way they call and say Cameroon. Now the legacy there poor bear don't live on. As long as you give small person gun. That person get the right for do anything. Law no day. People they supposed to follow law. They need to follow law. A whole person when I the pass law. See what they do. Then imagine an ordinary citizen. If a whole member of parliament, they feel harassing, abusing like that for public, then what about an ordinary citizen? For the country. If police fit treat a member of parliament like that, then think about what the ordinary citizen then of La République du Cameroun that they go through. Not to talk of citizens for the occupied state of Ambazonia. If they fit treat their own members of parliament like that, then you see now why when they come for the occupied territory, they behave like say they be God. And the system that we probably don't create them. Anyways, that one is also foreign news. It been an entertainment from foreign news. Make a bring una now on the serious note. Make a bring una the matter. Mr. Patrice Ngana. As we be tell una yesterday, Oga Patrice Ngana, he get sense. Capo Daniel talk say he be sense past king. Capo Daniel, na Patrice Ngana this. It be king past sense. No, it be double sense past king. Mr. Patrice Ngana, he she done for America, for New York. He calculate. Say, I get for do something. I get for do something for this poor beer. This man need the year road. Make a use sense. So Mr. Patrice Ngana, he go for the website where they buy, where if you book hotel. He book his hotel. And he find out the room where Paul Biya did, so that his own room it go be directly across from Paul Biya own room. That means in a Paul Biya own room this, and then for middle, na corridor, and then Patrice Ngana go there for the other side. So he succeed for book a room for the hotel. He use a credit card. He book a room will be directly across from Pobia, he own room or he own suite. He succeed for Bukam. Now in that he come out, enter for inside Intercontinental Hotel yesterday. Now we wahala come out. They say, oh, that room where you book am so, will not figure that room. He say, why? They say, because Paul be there for one side, so will not figure that room. He say, well, but for the website, the room be available. Now the thing that make me book the room. I pay for the room. Now for the room I want to stay. I choose my room where I go for sleep day. And I pay the price we will not list that room for. How me I go travel from America? I can't reach for Switzerland. When I go tell me say, when I no one give me the room where I book am. And without any reasonable explanation. Other than for you for tell me say, some idiots, who they call it say Pobia, idiot for the other side. So you know go give me the room. Because you consider me like, say, I go can't cause trouble for Pobia. So wahala now, the fight now, it don't only dinner between Patrice Ngana and Pobia, but the fight now don't reach between Mr. Professor Patrice Ngana and the Intercontinental Hotel for Switzerland, for Geneva. Matter don't reach now where Patrice Ngana, they get for call police because Patrice Ngana saying that they come out. He be a professor for big book, a professor of for New York. I think that for New York University or for Syracuse University. He saying they come out. He saying that the only reason that way buy a ticket for come enjoy that room. He say buy a ticket for come enjoy the room. For come enjoy Intercontinental Hotel. And the green may buy a ticket, he book the room. And he pay a flight come. For can enjoy himself. If Paul Biafi enjoy himself, why he Patrice Ngana no go enjoy himself for the other side? Why the feel leave Paul Bia a whole criminal, a war criminal, waving the Swiss parliamentarian, they talk say Paul Bia a war criminal. If Paul Biafi stay one side, enjoy his own life. Why he Patrice Ngana no fit stay for the one side, enjoy your own life? So the conversation not end for day. They call the Swiss police, the Geneva police. They say they get for take Mr. Patrice Ngana may come out for their environment for the hotel. They don't want it anymore. Say wahala day. Patrice Ngana say need to come out. They say must come out. He say I need to come out. He say until when I give my money. Now when the people for Intercontinental Hotel they say Mr. Patrice Ngana will not go give you no money. No matter how much money you be paying for that room, the money don't go shrink. Now Patrice Ngana say, But according to our website, when I talk say if the roommate person book am, enough is stay for the and it not be available for that person, when I go refund the money, now the policy that for our hotel, where when I put them for our website, when I give my money, they say no money no day. They say make police the movie for day. So I want to tell when I say Mr. Patrice Ngana, he don't sue Intercontinental Hotel. Pobia, your hotel where they stay for Switzerland, Patrice Ngana, he don't go sue them for court. For discrimination. Yes. Professor Patrice Ngana don't go sue the Intercontinental Hotel for discrimination. Now so the wahala don't reach you. From yesterday we been just Mr. Patrice Ngana just go there for go shaking Paul Bia head small. Now they don't reach. When now Intercontinental Hotel, it did now for big wahala from the professor of book, Professor Patrice Ngana. He don't go sue them. Then the wahala no end for day. Mr. Ngana, he don't also sue the Geneva police. The case now, they also sue the Geneva police Adam on top. Because Mr. Ngana, he said the police, they join the hotel for cause discrimination against him and not stay for that hotel. That's why you don't reach. Now the wahala that. Now the matter that for that side for Switzerland. Between the man of book, Mr. Ngana, and the Intercontinental Hotel, we probably had the stay there. Now the wahala that. So now na two side wahala day. One court case against Intercontinental Hotel, the other court case against the Swiss, the Geneva police for discriminate against the man of a big book where one go teach Paul Biya small magic for inside Paul Biya head. Now the wahala that for that side. So now they update that of the update from Geneva, Switzerland. We'll go to monitor the case and we'll give now updates of the updates. Now make we bring una the story where you carry all we come here for today. I know say when I put some kind thing. Una one can hear. Wait till PS go to talk today. Wait till the man go to talk today. Today, I don't come now for can talk about wait till how they call it. Dr. G don't put a file side today. People want to wake up for morning time. Dr. G we all know it. He don't go put big book for outside. Big book. So it make me like when a spokesman where they can give una clarity and a sense of direction when some kind thing are not defined for public. I say make we talk this thing straight. Make all man get them straight. The Ambazonian people for this generation, the past generation, they don't fight. Which this generation will stand on what they don't fight for and will take the fight for moving forward, for finish Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia, for end Cameroon colonization of Ambazonia, all right? And for end their colonialism of Ambazonia. The fight with the Ambazonian people, the fight. Now a war for liberate the Ambazonian people from Cameroon occupation. The fight with people that they fight. Now a fight for give the Ambazonian people them freedom. And for the Ambazonian people them for achieve the independence where they not be ever complete them. Not be a fight for go back for the past. Now a fight for create the future for our people them. While people not pick up guns for fight for go back to the past. While people not pick up guns for fight for go restore West Cameroon. While people not pick up guns for fight for restore the Cameroon will be there for eastern region of Nigeria. While people not pick up guns for fight for a southern Cameroons will be there under British trusteeship. While people need to fight now for a return to the past. While people woke up for fight for their freedom and the complete independence of Ambazonia. So, for big brothers them like Dr. G, when you don't tire, as Dr. Ababi take him, it be tell always. If you don't tire, go shit on for corner. Just go shit on you for corner, palava no day. Make other one they continue. For talk say, now, you don't see all thing and you don't make your decision, say now you want fight, now for a return for a two-state confederation. Then at the advice, all the people them like Dr. G and all the people they preach their return for federation. Una go organize una selves. Una go form una own army. Una go raise una own army. And una go start una own war for fight for una return for two-state federation. Alright? The generation, una no go can hijack the process of the liberation for go push the agenda for which the people will not be rise up for. Alright? All wa mami them, wa papa them, the Ambazonian people, all the people that they observe goes down, they observe and as a demand for independence. They need to demand a return to federation. They did demand a return to the past, to a painful past. Una no go use this style. Poor beer, because they don't lost the war. They know to use this style now. Now for use a lot of una. For try for talk say una be the moderates. And therefore, una want push the agenda for go back for 1961 arrangement. And then una now call and say na confederation. All this talk them. Na sign of the defeat of Cameroon. And Cameroon how they call them? It change like chameleon for find a new way. Alright? Now just Cameroon for find a new way. All these tactics, all this language, now signs for people that they want to try for save Cameroon and not Ambazonia. Now for save Cameroon. Why Ambazonia not get independent, will not be independent? Why now we must always go fight? We'll go back for which past? Which past? Life need to go backward. Life the only move forward. Which past? A past where people they not be participate. A past where the Ambazonian parliament not be ever get any discussion. A past where they impose among our people. And then even that same past, now the same manipulation, they move on from 1961 by 1972. They don't manipulate that same past and take away any voice over people that they get them. So now which past do I make they go back to? Why people they like fraud? Why even reasonable people they go still rely on fraudulent systems? Why even people the way the public consider them as men of dignity? They go be now people the way they turn around, not only betray the people them, but basically shit for their face. After Ambazonia do already defeat Cameroon, when one come now for can start a new agenda. Say, oh, at the president a two-state confederation. Now when I don't move on from federation to a two-state confederation. Just semantics. Simple linguistics, a small change for language. We mean at the same thing. When I go fight Paul Biya for una two-state federation. When I go fight Paul Biya for una two-state confederation. Not be Ambazonia. Not be Ambazonia. When I no go play this game with this generation. For can hijack the people their efforts. And una push them for una own corny agenda them. Would it be driven by CPDM colonial elites for save Cameroon? Because now the whole goal that The whole essence of federation or confederation na an agenda for save Cameroon. Now they can need that. Because Cameroon no say without Ambazonia, Cameroon will become the poorest country on the earth. It will even be more poor past North Korea. That's why now they use now these voices. That's why now they use now these faces for push the agenda for save Cameroon. Not be for save Ambazonia. For save Ambazonia. Now the path of independence for give our people them a full life. We no need forget anything for do with Cameroon. The bitter past. Now a reminder of which our people don't go through. The pain, the deprivation, the humiliation, the manipulation, the torture, the forced the disappearances of people, the murder of people, the incarceration of people, the exiling of people. Now all that it don't be the lives of the Ambazonian people them since 1961. Then some person will woke up, will tell you stay after 6 decades. He want to take you back for the same painful past with the same people. It be unimaginable. Now, what you wanna take the Ambazonian people for? Ambazonia now una rats them for laboratory. Ambazonians, una consider Ambazonians like una own bacteria. We wanna go use them for do una experiments. What you wanna take this for people for? What be this nonsense? Why you not fit stand for the people them and stand for what they fight for? Why you get for work for save Cameroon? Why Ambazonia not fit the people that not fit get complete independence and be on their own? Must we be with Cameroon? Why? Must we be governed and be an occupied people? Una just like na the name Cameroon. Dr. G, una organize yourselves. All right? Una organize all yourselves. Because if una begin a strategy, forget the two-state federation. Una for don't do them a long time ago. But una one can bank on the efforts of the blood we don't be spilled on the ground. Una one can bank on the efforts of the fighters and one mamido they stay for bush and the one doing refugees for try for push una agenda. We will not be getting any strategy and any roadmap. Benetina una one can push them now. Because una know say discussion on the camp. And consultation on the camp. Ambazonian only 2 days ago I can't tell una. Say Paul be there for Switzerland. Now for do consultation. For what it go be acceptable. And we partners will support them. It never reach 2 days. When I don't see the evidence and manifestation right for una face. When I don't think say I be a Gambe person. Once you understand human psychology and human nature, you can understand the predictable behavior of people then. Not before this generation. The leader don't make them categorically clear. Cameroon must spark out. Now the Ambazonian people will decide the future of Ambazonia. And they already decide. The acts of freedom, the demand for freedom, and they fight for that freedom. While people don't accept to pay the price for be free, all we don't accept to pay the price of a free Ambazonia. All we don't accept that fate. It be costly. It go cost lives. Yes. It go cost pain. Yes. It go cost sacrifice. Yes. Just like every other people, including the people of United States, including even the people of Canada, for the country where me at the talk from. They paid the price. They went through a horrible war for them to be free. Today, they enjoy their freedom. They know they're under British occupation or French occupation. Then they choose the system where it will work for them. And they design a system where it will meet the needs and the aspiration of all the people them for Canada. Wherever they find themselves within Canada. The system being for benefit and for make sure say every single Canadian he enjoy the rights would be enshrined in the Charter of Rights. Now them the decider. But they went through that process. The fight, the battle, until the country became free. We there for that path. We there for that place. Any person we want federation. Any person we want confederation. Go join Paul Biya for Yaoundé and wanna fight when I on fight with Paul Biya. Wanna go join Paul Biya and wanna fight when I on fight with Paul Biya. As for Ambazonia, they rise up for defend the independence. If it don't be declared, if it don't be restored, and it don't be reaffirmed. Now the thing that what people they rise up for. Now the thing that what people they fight for. Now the reason that way every single man and woman we don't pick up gun on the ground. They fight for defend that independence and forgive the people which they put on ask for. For this argument, we no go get time for this argument. If we want argue, we go argue with Paul Biya for Yaoundé, not be with the Ambazonian people them. We no go entertain these arguments, and we no go create space for these arguments. Any person we want to talk about confederation and federation, go join Paul Biya for Yaoundé. We na fight with ourselves. And if we na talk am, we na talk am for the 8 regions of Cameroon, not be for Ambazonia. As a part of Cameroon, as a package for Cameroon. The Ambazonian people, they deserve their own independence, they deserve their own freedom, and they deserve for form the institutions them where they correspond with who they be as a people. Not be any confederation within Cameroon. not be any federation within Cameroon. We don't want anything. We don't want even hear that name Cameroon. Because they're poison. The word Cameroon means a genocide. The word Cameroon means a terrorism. The word Cameroon means the raping of women and children. The word Cameroon, it means the burning of villages and the killings of grandmothers. The word Cameroon, it means corruption and embezzlement. It means torture. The word Cameroon means hellfire. All right? Not be now. Not be this moment. If we not be ready for fight, the leader be ready from day one for lead the people into a logical conclusion for this war. The strategy, the work, the ground, the La République, they bleed on the ground. Forces that they carry out actions for all the 13 states. They never complain for you, Dr. G. So, I want to just assure what people them say, we need to blink. Which what people they ask for, the leader don't stand for defend their aspirations. The forces on the ground, they do not that work. They do not that work. When our defense forces, they do not that work. They do not that work. So, make us stay focused on what the people they rise up for, what the people that they demand, what the people that they sacrifice for all the sacrifices them for our mami them, all the sacrifices them for our refugees them, all the sacrifices for the leaders for jail. There will be no compromise. There will be zero compromise with Cameroon. They must pack out and pay for all the pain and the destruction we don't cause for the Ambazonian people. The land don't almost be liberated. Make us stay focused for finishing and give our people them the chance with the international community for create the transition authority and make it start work ground. For the places them where they don't be liberated, the leader they work with the various communities leaders on the ground. And some for diaspora, where they stand for the independence of Ambazonia, and they want make peace it be for liberated areas. The leader they meet up and visit with those people them, bring all them together, leaders on the ground for liberated communities and leaders in the diaspora, for bring all them together, for start for every place, for every block where don't be liberated, and they consolidate the liberation for they start for the leader to work with those community leaders and the soldiers for start for put small institutions for the transition authority. And the work that they go on. And so when we see we'll be focused on specific places where we'll get 80%, where those places don't get 80% liberation. All right, the state of Momo, you get 80%. It don't be liberated by 80%. That's why we'll be focused. We'll get for be so focused on the objective for which our people they fight for. We must get 100%. The 80% we already get them. Now only 20% remain. For clear the state of Momo, that means say for inside the state of Momo, no place no go be where a big camp, army camp, police station, gendarme station go be there. Now only 20% remain. We must move them all. And so the leader did put a lot of investment through una stabilization forces. When we need to hear noise for outside, not be the work that the liberation not be a movie. For can please people them. now for produce results on the ground and give the people them a state. So when they do their work, whether the one put them for outside for video, we encourage them. But the one where they not fit put them for video, we no go no go tell soldier they may take some kind of risk just so can put them for outside. But we know say they must deliver one state. We don't be 100% liberated by the Ambazonian Defense Forces and any other force. We want to do peaceful coexistence and collaboration. The ADF by itself, it don't guarantee for deliver a state to the Ambazonian people them within a certain period of time, no given at that time. But by Independence Day for this 2021, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, they go deliver to the Ambazonian people a state where don't be fully liberated. Not be a noise. Now they focus this. We no go remember for this sporadic, agitative action without any backing for gain territory, control territory, so that you figure the leverage on the negotiation table. The killing of La République du Cameroon police, gendarme or army not been a leverage on the negotiation table if you not get a territory where you feel control them and you feel hold them. You feel kill as many La République du Cameroon police, gendarme and army as much as you can. But if you do them sporadically, you do them not only spontaneously, and you never build a force where when you do them, then the fit take over that area, your actions they be classified as agitative actions only. For the purpose of at the end, can't make Ushidon for table talk. Because you fail for build a force where you could take over that place and it become the authority on behalf of the people. Now the mandate of the stabilization force is that. We no go fail for our responsibility. We will remain focused on the objective, on the roadmap, and on the strategy. So anything we try to disrupt that strategy and that plan, you be an enabler and therefore you be a threat to the liberation and to the independence and the freedom of the Ambazonian people. So that's why the ADF need to take any nonsense for Guzan. We must complete the liberation of the state of Momo. The forces will be wise enough make reconciliation and declare their public allegiance to peaceful coexistence and wash their hand for all these petty criminals where they outside where they instigate them. Now the only way that we will go tolerate any other force for be as an impediment for the liberation of Momo. We must deliver results to our people. Not only for talks with the fight. We must show a high level of leadership and give hope to the Ambazonian people. The commitment be very high. There will be no distraction. Peaceful coexistence and collaboration for focus on a common enemy, and that reconciliation must be public. And any force we want reconcile, collaborate, and get peaceful coexistence, it must also denounce the people that they call them, may they attack other forces. You must denounce them publicly. Nothing will be done for backdoor. Next, I want to address Grandpa for Bali. General Grandpa for Bali, a top general on the ground, we respect him. All we respect Grandpa Obali for the kind leadership we don't show him for ground, right? For the kind actions where the forces of the buffaloes for Bali, they don't take them for ground. With the kind relationship we with them and the forces of ADF, especially the Bamenda Brigade. They get them. All we respect Grandpa. Especially what he do for New Year, for January 1. All we respect Grandpa. And the work we don't do recently. A great work for the Ambazonian people them. It don't give Ambazonian people them pride. Today, Grandpa for Bali, through his spokesperson, he don't move out an audio. Say it stand because the ADF leadership, it put out a statement based on the intelligence and the audio we did for outside. Oh, when I don't listen now. For talk say, according to that audio, where they give Grandpa instructions and give General Pete instructions, make the join for attack ADF. General Grandpa for Bali, he don't come out. He wash his hand. Say no day. He no day for fight a brothers them. He no day for fight a friends. He no day. He no day for infighting. And not be the thing that way it forces that they exist. For that one, we want thank Grandpa. Fine. That one he talk fine. The cunning way they inside, we consider Grandpa as a leader on the ground. When Chris Ano, he go for ABC TV every day, he go call for instruct the forces within the call and say restoration forces for attack the ADF. Wait to make a Grandpa of Bali, he not come out, he move audio for call Chris Ano to order. When the one where they call it say Akrika, they call it say Eriko Akrika. I think I name that. If I not call a name fine, then we'll just leave and so. He can move audio and make video. Say they speak on behalf of Sako. Say may they kill all ADF forces them for Guzan. And may they kill all the population for Guzan where they support ADF. And may they kill all their family members. Wait to make a Grandpa of Bali where they watch those videos. It not move an audio. For tell these people, may they stop that nonsense. When the one where he hide the face, wear glasses, cover his head, say name na Willie. When he move out another video 3-4 days ago and call for the killing of ADF fighters, say be commissioner for Sako. Why people them like Grandpa, they not come out, they denounce those things. Because those people that they speak on behalf of people them like Grandpa, or that they speak for forces them like Grandpa, because Grandpa don't declare himself officially, say be a fighter under which they call and say restoration forces. So when these people then wait, they be representative of those restoration forces. They can't give these orders and utterances and statement. Wait till they make leaders them like Grandpa. They need to come for the public and condemn these things and reject these things. Wait till they make them commanders like General No Pity. They need to come outside, condemn these things, and reject these things. When they not do them, they wait when ADF don't move statement, put them outside. Then they can't talk. And they go wait when ADF don't go carry out self-defensive actions for protect itself from being killed by these petite armed bandits. Then Grandpa move on for audio. Say, hey, the forces they will be killed for Guzan. Na General F ang fault and na commando fault. General F ang fault. Na General F ang call for the forces for give an order for forces of the TTA for can attack ADF forces. Na General F and be Chris Anu, where the shidon for ABC TV give orders every day, or na be Akrika, or na be Willie. The people they go for bear the responsibility. Now the people they instrumentalize those forces, instigate those boys, and send them bribe. Now the people then they will not get for hold them responsible. Because of the failure of una leadership for stand up for what to be right. Because as long as when they talk those things, una as top commanders and generals, una not reject those things, then una accept me those things that happen, right? Una fit stop these things when una stop for accept for play the politics. And for una be soldiers. A soldier go reject poisonous politics. We no move for people forward. Poisonous politics, we instead divide our people them. Grandpa, 2 months ago, not be General Efan, he moved audio for a call with commando about a 20-something minute audio. We call commando, they talk for 20-something minute. He invite commando. Say make the meet up and you go be the grandpa with the community leaders for solve this, for reconcile and bridge their differences so that they fit forge a new path forward. Commando for that audio, it deny for camp. Now when Iringwa and the cartels of Maryland, the same petite armed bandits on the ground for go attack the ADF. Now that time now, no can't talk say infighting day. We know the source of infighting. Stand up and lead. If you be a good general, as you don't prove to be, stand up, reject these things them. Make a video, make an audio, call these people to order. No person for the Ambazonian Governing Council leadership, no person for Ambazonian Defense Forces leadership, no person even among the spokespeople within AGOFC and ADF. You don't ever come outside, can't talk to me, these fighters, they go kill their fighters. You know fit do them. You know fit. Because we'll be governed by the principles of the Charter of Ambazonia Governing Council. We not fit. It go against the spirit of the liberation. So we not fit. You not fit do am. AGOFC go chop you raw for public. You do am. AGOFC not fit protect you. Now an institution. You get a charter. The ADF get a charter. You get a code of conduct. They not be a rogue organization. We be ruleless, structureless. Where any man fit do your own thing we like him. Talk your own thing we feel like him for public. You not fit. Because it go against the spirit of our mommy them, our papa them, our brothers them, our sister them, our picking them, the refugees and the prisoners. It go against the spirit of which we are people they fight for. So you're not fit. That's not who we are. I'm like Tina will be. And the Tina make an organization. Where words they be measured. If I talk something for you, we're not correct. Ma finish. Even if now as I talk, I'm a slip of the tongue. Make her finish. If you're not correct, they go put out a statement. Talk say that thing what talk am, not correct. And me I go come back and correct am. Even if that doctor he go for outside, he can't talk something where he go against the charter of egg of sea. They go wholly accountable that very day. He no go sleep until the cabinet get an emergency meeting wholly accountable. All right? We'll not if you go down that route. You must kill the monster when it's still a baby. When these people they talk, till we're not fine. When I come out outside, reject them. So when they call for the killings of fighters, for destabilize liberated communities, so that we'll lose those grounds and make Cameroon can't take back those places, then we'll go back 4 years after fight all over again. It'd be unacceptable. So the ADF, it will maintain a high level of force against anything where it threatens the forces or the community. They don't give them very firm instructions. Any man will no one conduct himself fine on the ground, and you think say your ADF, it go be in your own place you want to go test your small power. I'll be very sorry. You cut your life short. The ADF want work with all the groups on the ground, collaborate so that we feel do this thing early. But the forces, they decide, say their own agenda, now for disrupt the liberation, disrupt places where they don't liberate them. Because of small money they take off outside. Then they will face fire for ground. They will face a dragon. They will face the monster, what they call as the ADF. We must stabilize the ground. We must stabilize liberated communities. We get thousands of school beginning where they go school. When I don't see some of the videos and for outside for our community schools, there is no other movement where they do what the ADF they try for the do for ground. There's none. So not being just for pack. No. Why would they fight for the liberated areas? Would they consolidate? Make sure say nursery school that they go on for picking them. Make sure say begin the feet go primary schools. Make sure say we build small health centers for take care of small things and where the feet take care within the small health centers. For build things and where the feet give our people them a sense of stability and balance. September they come. From August 1st, I go to launch a full campaign for make sure say the 20-something thousand Ambazonia people where they go community schools. We will provide them with books, provide picking them with at least uniforms, provide those teachers who wait till they need them, and for the risk that they take and for teach who are picking them. Then you will get some small criminals who they run around for disrupt all these things in. Just for people, their small private agenda, they will get them. On behalf of Cameroon colonial elites. We no go accept them. That's how they build the stabilization forces. For Saturday, I'm going to check the date. For Saturday, we go be now. For Saturday, for July 31st, the Ambazonia Governing Council is going to do another fundraising for stabilize the ground, especially those places where they be under threat. We need for clean the threat and give the people them for the community, for the people of Guzan, a sense of security and safety. So we're going to focus this month now for this big fundraising for make sure so we finish the liberation of the state of Momo, clear them all completely. So I want to still tell all now, as when I listen, for the 31st of July, we'll get a big public fundraising for finish the work for stabilize the state of Momo. In 2 months from now, we're beginning to go back to school. We're beginning to go back to school for place where it be destabilized. Beginning for liberated community schools. If you go back to schools for places where they be destabilized. Those people, they don't go on holidays now. In 2 months, September they come, they will one can start school. Some of those schools, we need for repair them. We need for put more benches. Some of them, their roof, they don't leak. Some of them, they get very limited benches. So picking that they be 4, 5 picking they should not for one small bench. Some picking they need uniform. Some picking they don't get mommy anymore. Some picking they don't get papa anymore. We do everything possible for make sure say during this period, as we don't boycott Cameroon Colonial School, we'll create an empowering alternative for start to give the Ambazonian picking them a sense of Ambazonianness, a sense of hope. Not be just for the fight. But as we fight, we liberate, we stabilize, we consolidate. And we'll leverage that. So we must get states where they be fully liberated. We hold them. And they leverage that. For anything where the world want talk. We get our own bargaining chips. Not like just for the fight here and there. We must use sense. And while they fight for all the liberated places, when mommy they feel they go for market freely, people that get business, they feel they open businesses, life feel they boom for those places. You want to give people them a sense of hope. Now what will they fight for that? And now they work that way, who would they do? Now they work that way, your stabilization forces that they do. Because now they mandate that where they give them as they create them. Alright? And they talk this for today. Make a leave them for here. I will talk for una tomorrow. Make all una get a beautiful Tuesday evening. When I get a good night, when I sleep fine. We love una plenty. Bye for now. Una take care, yeah. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Una good night.